creepypasta.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my 2-year series. I picked up an easy end easy demon for this year, which actually ended up being really difficult. But regardless, this ended up being my biggest fluke ever, with tons of ups and downs throughout my journey. But my reaction says it all. With nothing further to say, let's get this journey started. All the way back in the 19th of October 2024, I remembered I had to make a Halloween special video, but I was left with the question with what level to pick. So I enrolled the help of my sister to choose a Halloween demon from the gddp for me to play. This ultimately ended up with me being forced to play an XL level called Gerald. Yeah, you heard me, an XL level. I swear, my sister despises me because the word XL sends shivers down my spine. If you have been a long-time viewer, then you would know I choke at every single opportunity I am given. So it's clear I'm horrendous with nerves. So playing a level where nerve control is the main difficulty of it is a recipe for disaster. So I reluctantly pressed start stream and then a practice mode run of the level, so I could get a feel for the level. After completing this run, I came across 3 difficult parts along with 1 semi-difficult part. I decided to practice the hardest part for me, which ended up being the final ship plus the duel. But for the time being, I only focused on the duel. But no matter how many attempts I put into it, or how hard I tried, I couldn't get anywhere near consistent. But then, out of nowhere, I messed up the duel, getting both my ship and the ball in the same corridor, and it actually worked! Now, this definitely wasn't the intended route, and was probably much harder than the actual route, but it was funny. So, then, I was hit with a long-lasting dilemma. I could either do the actual route and suffer right now, but no, I would get hyper consistent later. Or take the easy way out for now, but then never get consistent with this part, making it a coin toss whenever I get there. Oh yeah, it's also the funny swag route. So, of course I took the easy way out, which would most definitely end up hurting me in the future. But it's funny. Yeah, I really hate myself. So, most notably, for the rest of the stream, I ended up practicing this duel section, ultimately ending up with it being a 1 in 5 chance of me passing it from 0. But then, I realized I had to go really soon. So, I played from 0 and got some good runs, like 19%, and then a semi-fluke to 32%, and then made no more progress. I came back to this level the next day and wanted to learn a new part, so I began to learn the extra part, which ended up both warming me up and making me consistent at it, despite it looking fairly similar to another level that caused me immense trauma. I'm talking about Jinxed. But after that, I began to practice the second hardest part for me, but arguably the most difficult section of this level, gameplay-wise, and that is the wave. This part gave me a ton of trouble because of its intense wave corridors, along with its very unsight-readable, borderline blinding deco. So, after banging my head against the wall several times with this part, I finally became consistent. Well, sort of. But nonetheless, I finally went on to collect a run, doing 75 to 100. But now, it was time for me to practice the final challenging part in this level for me, being the 3rd hardest part, known as a UFO section. I very slowly practiced this section, but eventually, this part also too became very consistent. Kind of. Well, it must have been good enough because not too long after, I achieved 44 to 100, marking the beginning of my journey from 0. This is when the real challenge kicked in, trying not to fall asleep through the first 20%. After many close calls to almost falling asleep, I began to fluke and ended up dying to 63%. After getting nowhere for this entire time, I was distraught at the sight of a fluke. This is because I knew this fluke could end up breaking me, causing me to have a horrible experience. This is because I fluked past both the second and third hardest parts, meaning I'm sure to die to them tons of times, which would leave me with no progress and feeling empty inside. But even with knowing the negative reality up ahead, I still push through, more determined than ever. All so this can be the one video where I don't have another abysmal experience. This fueled me even further, leading up to the biggest fluke in my GD career. I forgot again. But yeah, that was insane when I did that before. I actually almost got far again, wow. But I'm under nerves, that wave part is like pretty consistent. I'm happy. Practice and me being wave carried into practice really pays off. What is it? What is IR? IR verbs in Spanish? Conjugating? Oh my gosh, this guy's conjugating. He's conjugating IR verbs. We got vivir, vender. No, I'm not good at Spanish. Yeah, not good. All right. Yeah, last year I failed Spanish. Well, I'm taking it again this year. Spanish 3. I passed the final, I just didn't do my homework, so I failed the class. Aww. Alright. Come on. Lock in, lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. We're so back with this run. Alright, lock in, lock in, lock in time. You best. Oh my gosh, the hard part. The hard part. We're so back! Oh my gosh! Please! Please! Please, 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 please. I almost died there. Wait, what? Come on! Come on! Come on! We're so back! We're so back! Fluke, 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 fluke. Oh my gosh! I just beat that thing. I think I just beat it. No way! Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Let's go! Bro, Fluke, let's go! See? See? Oh, I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm actually so happy. Yep, that's my story with this one. Hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe so we can pass my sister in subscribers. This is me, Dungeon GD, signing out. See ya!